ahead. Well, for those of you who don't know me, hello, good morning. My name is Heather. I'm the music director here at the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Let us stand and let's sing this song on the yellow page inside your bulletin. It's called Who You Really Are by your friend and mine, Richard McDeesey. I love Reverend Richard. Such a nice guy. And I love Sue, too. She was one of the people that inspired me to go crazy colors in my hair. She wears purple. Huh? I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes, a light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. You're here to be the one. You're here to make it fun. You really got my head spinning. You brighten every room. You always leave too soon. And this is just the beginning. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. Let's go to verse 2. You are incredible, so unforgettable, the one that everyone's eyeing. You are an awesome friend and so magnificent, then there is just no denying. Here we go. I know who you really are. I see it in your eyes. Oh, you are a shining star. I know who you really are. I know who you're here to be. I see it in your eyes, a light for the world to see. I know who you're here to be. I know who you're here to be.
My name is Marianne, and I am your trustee on duty today. On behalf of Reverend Donna and the Board of Trustees, I am privileged to welcome you here to the Sonoran Desert Center for Spiritual Living. Whoever you are and wherever you are on this remarkable spiritual journey, you are truly, truly welcome here. Honest. Here you will be validated and supported and encouraged to be all that you're meant to be. Our vision statement is love in action in every way, every day. We express this love by learning and living the principles of the science of mind. You'll find our declaration of principles at the back of your program. Please join me now in reading them. I believe there is an infinite intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe this intelligent power is only good. I believe this intelligence expresses as me. I believe through my conscious use of this power, I create my life as happy, healthy, and complete. And so it is. Thank you. I would like to thank all the people that make this Sunday celebration possible. That means every one of you. Oh, well, that was an add-in. If we didn't all come here, it just wouldn't be the same, would it? No, it wouldn't. And It's so fun to be up here because there's helpers everywhere. Thank heavens. Thank heavens. Thank you to everybody that makes the yummies back there and brings the yummies and does the yummies and sets up the chairs and sweeps and sets this microphone so it really works and puts this sheet of information in front of us. Everybody does something wonderful. You all bring something special. Okay. We're going to direct our attention, that means me, to the announcements. If you're watching us online, please visit cslaz.org for our announcements and our event calendar. Now we have
If you are visiting with us for the first time, the words for our Namaste song are inside the first page of your bulletin. Would you join us now? The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. It is all for our greatest and highest good. The God in me beholds the God in you, and you and I are one. Namaste, namaste.
I'm coming. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's a lovely day. Hallelujah. Time to buy plants. Okay, where am I? I've lost a few of my marbles. I know that. But there's a hole in the bag somewhere, and I'm worried about it. All right, let's light the candle. That represents that divine light that shines out of each one of you as you take it into the world. I have a friend. Of course, the monthly thing is about authenticity. I have a friend who last week opened her favorite Dove chocolate wrapper that has a little message inside, and it said, "Be fearlessly authentic." All right, so let's take a breath. Just get settled. I know that this divine light, this divine energy that lives and moves and has its being in each one of us is magnificent beyond our comprehension. It blesses us every day. It nudges us in right directions. It encourages our thought as we do the right thing in our lives. So we bless this day, this beautiful blue-skied day, and we know that each one of us carries that divine light, is happy, healthy, and complete in this body of ours, in our bodies. All is well. All is well. And so it is. Authenticity. What is it? Don't make excuses? No, we don't need to. No approval needed. So, always be yourself, because the people that matter don't mind, and the ones that mind don't matter. I was looking around trying to find something. I felt like I wasn't inspired. You know, there's always something that peeks its little head out somewhere. So I thought you would find this meaningful. Couldn't seem to find the right thing until I was looking in my bookcase, and there was one singular edition underneath the book of the Science of Mind magazine from last July 2022. The others are stacked up somewhere else, so this was meant to be shared this morning. The page is entitled, I'll Bring My Best Self. Be at home with everyone. No one is capable of making you upset without your consent. So if you begin practicing the intention to be authentic and peaceful with everyone, you connect to peace itself. That's a quote by Wayne Dyer. Good is at the root of everything, regardless of the seeming absence. But this good must be recognized, since there is but only one Spirit, and the Spirit is in you and in everything, then everywhere you go, you will meet the Spirit. You meet the Spirit in people and places and things. That's from Ernest Holmes, This Thing Called You. The power of Spirit within, fully available to us if we accept it. This power removes fear, replacing it with the expression of a love from the depths of our being. When we come into alignment with Spirit, power, and love, we are ready to accept ourselves fully and to bring our best self into every relationship we have. From love and power comes peace. When we are at peace with ourselves and with Spirit, how can we not bring peace to our relationships? When we own this power, we show up fully, authentically, and honestly. We do not seek to manipulate others to be different from who they are, and we do not allow others to manipulate us. When an empowered person enters a room, they bring the energy they want to experience with them. If the energy already in the room is negative, they change it for the better. When we bring our best selves, we are more likely to experience the best in others. When we speak to the highest aspect of the other, we are more likely to get responses from that highest aspect. As we give, we receive. Isn't this better than waiting for someone else to change their energy? When we are secure in our authentic power, we enter and remain in relationships that recognize and honor that power. We stand up for what is just and set a positive example. And I think that speaks for all of us. So, no what? No approval needed if we are authentic, right? So now I'm going to take this candle that you know represents each one of you and go and hold the high watch over there. And I invite you all to put in a prayer request in that little box. That little box is extremely powerful because as we remove the prayer requests, your practitioner team, your minister, and John as well, hold everyone in prayer, in affirmative prayer. So thank you very much. Have a good week.
Whisper that I hear in my heart, telling me it's time to start, to set my inhibitions free, become the me I'm here to be. So I'll act brave as if I am, act as if until I can, live each day as though I know that what I seek is seeking me. I choose faith, so I believe. What I seek is seeking me, and what I seek is seeking me. It's time to just let go of my fears, trusting that the net will appear, believing things I know are true in everything I say and do. So I'll act brave as if I am, ask as if until I can, live each day as though I know that what I seek is seeking me. Even when that's hard to see, I choose faith, so I believe that what I seek is seeking me. When every day's a daily grind, peace is something I can't find, and this is what I keep in mind. You know what I keep in mind, that what I seek is seeking me. Even when it's hard to see, I choose faith, so I believe. What I seek is seeking me. What I seek is seeking me. Sing it with me. What I seek is seeking me. Even when that's hard to see, and I have faith, so I believe that what I seek is seeking me. What I seek is seeking me. What I seek is seeking me. Yeah. What I seek is seeking me. Hey. Thank you to Sue Riley and Jana Stanfield for that awesome song. Thank you. Namaste.
That was perfect. Thank you. I love it. Let's see. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we're concluding our theme of cultivating authenticity. Excuse me, shame researcher Brene Brown defines authenticity as the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. So cultivating authenticity is not about becoming something other than who we are. Rather, it involves us in releasing those patterns of thoughts, attitudes, and actions that act as barriers to us standing in our personal truth and power. And by taking up this practice, we develop the courage to be vulnerable and to stand in that truth. We believe in a power and presence that is infinite. We believe the attributes of this power are love, truth, beauty, joy, harmony, peace, abundance. And if this power is infinite, then there can be no place where it stops and we begin. We are that power and presence expressing as us. We are endowed with the attributes of this power. This is our heritage. This is our authentic self. Our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, writes, God is life, not some life, but all life. God is action, not some action, but all action. God is power, not some power, but all power. God is presence, not some presence, but all presence. God is pure spirit, filling all space. This pure spirit animates your every act. There is a real you which lives in a real God, and the two are one. To know this is to understand the secret of life. To realize this is to understand your relationship with the divine presence. To realize that the law of God is written in your own mind is to make available to you a power that can meet every need. When we begin to embody this idea that we are God in expression and that we have the power of God within us, then we begin to live with a new sense of acceptance of ourselves. And the natural progression really is, if God is all there is and I'm an expression of God, then all people, all creation are God in expression just like me. And that understanding dispels the fear we have that keeps us from expressing who we are. It creates a sense of belonging and sense that we are all connected. Brene Brown spent 6 years developing a theory that explains what shame is, how it works, and how we cultivate resilience in the face of believing that we're not enough, that we're not worthy of love and belonging. And then she realized that in addition to understanding shame, she had to understand the flip side. What do the people who are the most resilient to shame, who believe in their worthiness, have in common? And she found that their willingness to be vulnerable emerged as the clearest single value shared by every man and woman in her study. They felt that vulnerability was a catalyst for courage, compassion, and connection. In fact, she found vulnerability to be the core, the heart, the center of meaningful experiences. In her book, Daring Greatly, she says vulnerability is the birthplace of love, belonging, joy, courage, empathy, and creativity. It is a source of hope, empathy, accountability, and authenticity. If we want greater clarity in our purpose or deeper and more meaningful spiritual lives, vulnerability is the path. Many of us have grown up equating vulnerability with weakness, but nothing is further from the truth. The word vulnerability is derived from the Latin word vulnerare, I think, meaning to wound. The Webster definition includes capable of being wounded and open to attack or damage. Weakness is defined as the inability to withstand attack or wounding. So just from the definitions, weakness stems from a lack of vulnerability. Our strength lies in our ability to be open and vulnerable, knowing that we cannot live wholeheartedly and authentically until we are willing to feel it all. As Khalil Gibran says, the deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. And I believe, too, that the more willing we are to be vulnerable, the less pain we will experience, because our greatest pain is walling ourselves off from life and life's experience. This doesn't mean that we deliberately expose ourselves to someone whom we know will hurt us. In fact, vulnerability includes establishing healthy boundaries. But it does mean to embrace life as it comes to us and respond from that place of wisdom within us. Yeah, in the song Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen writes, "Love is not a victory march. It's a cold and broken hallelujah." Brene Brown says, "Love is a form of vulnerability, and if you replace the word love with vulnerability in that line, it's just as true." Vulnerability is life's greatest dare. It's life asking, are you all in? Can you value your own vulnerability as much as you value it in others? And answering yes to these questions is not weakness. It's courage beyond measure. It's daring greatly. And often the result of daring greatly isn't a victory march as much as it is a quiet sense of freedom mixed with a little battle fatigue. When we've grown spiritually, seeing ourselves as belonging, as connected, and as an expression of God, then our ability to be vulnerable broadens. There's nothing to be afraid of. We have the courage to be vulnerable because we see the world as a friendly place, even if there are spaces and experiences that may not seem so friendly. And in those not so friendly experiences, when our heart has been broken, we have the ability to use that hurt to find a greater depth of who and what we are. Poet and mystic Rumi said, "The wound is the place where light enters you." Our brokenness is the place where this light can penetrate through us and shine itself upon all the strengths, talents, and possibilities that we had forgotten were within us. And by being broken open to our own light, then we're able to shine that shine that light outward, silently giving permission for others to drop whatever covers their heart. In her research, Brene Brown found that spirituality emerged as a fundamental guidepost in wholeheartedness. Not religiosity, but the deeply held belief that we are inextricably connected to one another by a force greater than ourselves, a force grounded in love and compassion. And those who had a strong sense of spirituality considered gratitude and joy as spiritual practices that help create this belief in human connectedness and in a power greater than us. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Brene Brown says, "I believe that owning our worthiness is the act of acknowledging that we are sacred. Perhaps embracing vulnerability is ultimately about the care and feeding of our spirits." We can see the link between spirituality and vulnerability. So let's look at our topic, no approval needed. Let's look at it. Let's look at it from the perspective of one who lives wholeheartedly and authentically, from a place of joy and gratitude, of one who's willing to be vulnerable, open to life on its terms. This person does not need another's approval for the life they are living. But how many of us grew up with the need to please our parents, our teachers, our friends? And so we learned that their approval was necessary. And sometimes we still let our need to please overtake our need to be authentic. I think if we're human, we do that, So the fear of being called out for making a mistake may make us lay the blame elsewhere rather than being accountable for our own actions. The fear of not being accepted may cause us to cave, going along with the opinions of others, keeping our own views silent. Or saying yes when we'd rather say no for fear of jeopardizing a friendship and not being true to ourselves in the process. Our fear of not being worthy can lead us down a path of victimhood. We do not make conscious choices, and so we become poor me, the victim of circumstances, rather than being accountable for what we say and do. When we are living from a spiritual base that tells us that we are God in expression and so is all creation, and when we are open and have the courage to be vulnerable, it is impossible for us to come from fear. Dr. Holmes says the road to self-discovery often calls for the clearing away of the underbrush of ignorance, fear, superstition, and a sense of isolation, which has made us feel that we were unworthy, unheld, and lost. In the divine providence of good, salvation is unnecessary, but self-discovery is essential. We do not save that which was lost. We merely discover that which needs to be found. I've said this often, that Gandhi, when a reporter asked what message he wanted to give to the world, Gandhi said, "My life is my message." And truly, isn't that what each one of us wants? That we are accountable to life and to ourselves, because our life is the message that we want the world to see. That we are free of fears that have kept us blocked, that we live in gratitude for everything, seeing ourselves and others as sacred, finding miracles in everything, from the tiniest blade of grass to the cosmos, and that we come from a place of pure joy that flows through us and as each other, that we see our connection with each other as a hallowed trust, and in that connection to keep our heart and mind open and receptive to the love that surrounds us all. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you.
Another awesome Richard McDeesey song today for our congregational, which is on the yellow sheet inside your program. It is called Ready, Willing, and Worthy. Oh, please stand. I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings there for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy. That's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, Spirit's able to bless me. All right, let's kick it up a couple of keys, shall we? I think we're having fun with this one. So it goes like this. Once there was a poor man who lived a simple life. Now stood before his maker, asking why he'd been passed by. He was led into a storeroom full of dreams and riches past. It was all there for the taking. All he had to do was ask, and so I'm ready, willing, and worthy to open my heart and receive all of the heavenly blessings there for me when I believe. I'm ready, willing, and worthy. It's all I have to be. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, Spirit's able to bless me. 'Cause when I'm ready, willing, and worthy, Spirit's able to bless me.
Thank you. Okay, it's time for our offering. And our offering affirmations is on the left-hand side of our bulletin towards the bottom. My gift goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless all that it touches. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I share generously of my good, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We thank each and every one of you for your generosity and all the good that you do here in our center to make it grow and to bless it so very much. This is Jackie and Dan's last Sunday with us until they come back as forevers. So please be sure to give them a hug and send them off properly. I can't wait to have you back full time. This will be so much fun. Okay, so let's take a moment to close this portion out in prayer, and then please join us for refreshments. I have a little tug in my heart for our next door neighbors. I really do. I can't imagine having the speaker, make her transition in front of a whole congregation. Yeah, yeah, I guess so. It's just, here it is. So I ask that we just hold them close this week, everybody in the congregation, and because they are an expression of God, just like each one of us. So. Okay, so let's just take a moment to close out in prayer, and like I say, join us for refreshments. I know that there is one mind, one life. It's the mind and life of God. It's the life that is animated through each and every one of us, as we are God in expression. I know that we can speak our word, and our word has power because it is that God power behind the word that makes it work. So I speak my word for everyone in the UU congregation for peace and harmony, and for the people involved strategically, for them as well. I speak my word for each one of us here, and for anyone who is experiencing any kind of a challenge, to know that right where that challenge is the power and love of God at work, whether we can see it or not. I know that we are blessed beyond measure to have this spiritual home and family, and I am so grateful to be a part of it all. So I release these words into divine mind to do its perfect work, as we say together, and so it is. Thank you. May we stand and sing, Stand.
So let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are living a new world now. So let there be peace.